Welcome back to the Sage Audio channel. Today we're talking about how to make your vocals sound thick. But first, if you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com to receive a free mastered sample of it. Thicken vocals with short, high-density reverb. Thickening vocals with short, high-density reverb has been a strategy of music production and performance for literally thousands of years. It's the reason opera houses were designed to be a particular size and shape. When vocals are either recorded or processed using short, high-density reverb, the quick and numerous reflections blend in with the original signal, making it sound thick and impressive. Try using a reverb with an ambient, chamber, or room setting, and find an option with a lot of reflections and a short to moderate RT60. Now you can combine a couple and blend the effects together if you're not super concerned with realism. Thicken vocals with short delay. Similar to short reverbs, short delays are really effective at creating a thick and impressive vocal. This technique was first used in the 50s by using multiple tape heads to create what's called a slapback delay. This same concept carries over today and can be created with slapback delays or in a more modern way with digital delay processors. Either way, the processing creates multiple voices that we perceive as coming from one source so long as the delays are below 130 milliseconds. For whatever reason, if the delay is greater than 130 milliseconds, we perceive the signal as coming from two or more sources, so keep the effect below 130 milliseconds to create a thick, cohesive vocal. Thicken vocals with saturation. Saturation is a combination of soft knee compression and harmonic distortion. It gradually compresses a signal which controls the dynamics while simultaneously adding in harmonics that raise the overall amplitude. Because of this combination, saturation is a perfect form of processing for thickening a signal. Now, just about any saturator is going to work well for this, but tube-based saturation is arguably one of the better options for saturating vocals. It creates a strong second-order harmonic that almost doubles the fundamental signal. This creates a really warm and full sound with an emphasis on low frequencies. If you want both warmth and clarity, try tape saturation or combine a couple different types of saturation. Thicken vocals with opto-compression. Optical compression is a really interesting and unique form of compression. In the hardware, it utilizes a light sensor, which determines when compression begins and how long it lasts. This results in compression that behaves a lot differently than most other compressors. Because of its unique behavior, it's really great at thickening instruments. It's most notably used on bass guitar, but it has a similar warming and thickening effect on vocals. By releasing the vocal slowly and in a program-dependent way, the dynamics are gently controlled with mild distortions that bring up the level. Opto-compression may not work on every vocal, especially ones in which a lot of detail is needed, but it works well at creating a classic, warm vocal sound. Thicken vocals with dynamic equalization. Dynamic equalization is a great way at adding some natural-sounding dynamics into your vocal. If used for lower frequencies, it's really effective at thickening the sound of either a sung or spoken vocal. I like to amplify and expand 200 Hz on a vocal if it needs some power. Now, if you do choose to use this method, I'd recommend using it with the Pro Q3. The main reason is that this plugin offers a low latency linear phase mode, which I find to be perfect for boosting low frequencies without changing a signal's phase. But there are a lot of other options like the Tokyo Dawn Labs Nova, which is a fantastic free option which a lot of people have success with. Thicken vocals with inverse equalization. Inverse equalization is the process of matching a signal's frequency response to another signal via an external sidechain and then reversing the gain changes. It's a little more involved than other techniques, but can be great at indirectly thickening vocals. Odds are it'll make your vocal cut through a mix. Now, one of the best ways to do this is to sidechain your full instrumental mix and then match your vocals EQ to that mix. Delete any bands which are below 80 Hz or above 15 kHz. Then highlight all bands and inverse the gain, but be sure to do this subtly. Also, use a linear phase mode to avoid excessive phase changes from the multiple bands needed for the technique. Thicken vocals with low-level compression. Low-level compression is one of my favorite ways to add detail and thicken any instrument. It brings quieter details up, in turn reducing the dynamic range, which increases the amplitude. This works similar to saturation, but instead of generating harmonics, low-level compression amplifies existing signals. OTT by X4 Records is a great free plugin for this. It's incredibly powerful though, so be sure to use it very sparingly. When I use this plugin, I'll reduce the depth and decrease the amount of downward compression to 0%. Additionally, I'll drag the bars in the middle to only create upward compression and amplify the low end slightly to make the vocals sound thick. If you have a mix, send it to us at sageaudio.com to receive a free mastered sample of it. Also, stay up to date by subscribing and liking the video. Lastly, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching.